Right now, as you watch this video, you have less time than you did 10 seconds ago. That sounds obvious, almost stupid to say out loud, but I want you to sit with it for a second. Because somewhere in the world, right now, someone is being told they have 6 months left to live. And somewhere else, someone just wasted 6 months scrolling through a phone, waiting for their real life to begin. Both of them had time. Only one of them knew its price. This is a story about a man named Jackie. It's not a true story, but it's true enough that by the end of it, you might look at your own life a little differently. Stay till the end. I promise you, it's worth it. Jackie Reyes was 34 years old, and if you asked him how he was doing, he'd say the same thing every single time. Busy, but good. I'll slow down later. He worked at a marketing firm downtown. 60-hour weeks, sometimes more. He told himself it was temporary. A season. Once he hit the next promotion. Once the mortgage felt lighter. Once the kids were a little older. That's when he finally lived. His daughter, Mia, was 7. She used to leave little sticky notes on his laptop. "Daddy, come watch me swim today. Daddy, movie night?" And every time, Jackie would read the note, smile, and whisper the same 4 words that quietly ruined more lives than any disaster ever has. Not today. Soon. His wife, Elena, stopped asking him to come to things. Not out of anger, out of exhaustion. She'd learned that Jackie's calendar was a fortress, and soon was a word that lived in a country he never actually visited. Here's the strange thing about time. It doesn't announce itself when it's running out. It doesn't flash red. It doesn't send you a warning text. It just quietly leaves. One receipt at a time. One not today at a time. It was a Tuesday. Jackie remembers that detail clearly because Tuesdays were never supposed to be important. Tuesdays were for spreadsheets, not life-altering phone calls. His phone rang at 2:47 p.m. It was his father's neighbor. "Jackie, you need to come home. It's your dad." By the time Jackie reached the hospital, his father, Miguel, was already unconscious. A stroke. The doctors used careful, gentle words, but Jackie understood the truth underneath them. There isn't much time left. Jackie sat beside his father's bed that night, holding a hand that used to hold his, teaching him to ride a bike, to tie a tie, to shake hands like he meant it. And in that quiet, sterile room, something Jackie had been outrunning for years finally caught up to him. He thought about the fishing trip his father asked him to take. 3 years ago, Jackie said, "Soon, Dad. Work's crazy right now." He thought about the retirement party he left early because of a client email. He thought about every single Sunday call he let go to voicemail because he was just so busy. "I thought we had time." That's the sentence that breaks more hearts than any other on earth. I thought we had time. Not I didn't love him. Not I didn't care. Just I thought there'd be more of it. Miguel didn't pass that night. He held on barely. The doctors called it a small miracle. Jackie called it a second chance he didn't deserve but wasn't going to waste. He didn't go back to the office that week or the next. For the first time in years, Jackie sat beside his father every single day. He didn't bring his laptop. He didn't check his phone every 4 minutes. He just sat there, listened to stories he'd heard 100 times, but somehow, this time, he actually heard them. His father told him about the war he never talked about the woman he almost married before Jackie's mother, about the fear he felt the day Jackie was born, a fear that never really went away, because loving someone that much means you're always a little bit afraid of losing them. "You know what I regret, Jackie? I don't regret the jobs I didn't take. I don't regret the money I didn't make. I regret the dinners I missed. I regret telling you later when you asked me to play catch. Time doesn't care how important you think you are. It leaves anyway." Jackie sat with those words the way you sit with something too heavy to hold, but too important to put down. 3 weeks later, Miguel was stable. Not fully recovered, but alive, present, still here. and Jackie went back to work. But he wasn't the same man who left. He didn't quit his job in some dramatic movie moment. Life rarely works that way, and honestly, bills don't pay themselves. But he changed the architecture of his life. He started leaving at 5:30, not 8. He turned his phone on silent during dinner, every single dinner. He said yes to Mia's swim meets, even the small, unimportant ones that didn't matter. He called his father every Sunday, not because he had to, because he wanted to. He flew out just to watch a baseball game together. No agenda, no meeting to rush back to. And one evening, Mia left a sticky note on his laptop again. "Daddy, come watch me swim today." This time, Jackie didn't write back soon. He closed the laptop. He picked up his keys. I wouldn't miss it for anything. Here's what Jackie learned, and what I want you to walk away with today. We treat time like it's a renewable resource. Like money. If we run low, we can always earn more. But time isn't like money. You can lose your money and rebuild it. You can lose a job and find another one. You can lose a house and buy a new one. But you cannot earn back a moment that already left. Not 1 second of it, ever. We say things like, "I don't have time," so casually. For the gym, for the people we love, for the things that actually matter. But what we're really saying, whether we admit it or not, is this isn't a priority right now. Because the truth is, we always find time for what we truly value. We find 2 hours for a show we love. We find 20 minutes to scroll. We find time for the things that ask the least of us. And that's not meant to guilt you. It's meant to free you. Because if time is a matter of priority, that means you have more power over it than you think. You can't add hours to a day, but you can decide what gets your hours. A year later, Miguel is still here, older, slower, but here. He and Jackie go fishing every other Sunday. The same trip Jackie postponed for 3 years. Mia is 8 now. She still leaves sticky notes. Jackie still keeps every single one. Not because they're important documents, but because each one represents a moment he almost let slip away and didn't. I used to think I was saving time by staying busy. Turns out, I was just spending it on the wrong things. Time doesn't ask you what your excuse is. It just keeps moving. The only question is, are you moving with it toward the people and things that matter? Or are you just waiting for later? Because later isn't a guarantee. It never was. So here's my question for you before you close this video and go back to your day. If you got the phone call Jackie got today, right now, is there anyone you'd wish you had called back? Anyone you'd wish you'd said yes to instead of soon? You still have time to fix that. Right now. Not tomorrow. Not when things calm down. Right now. Send the text. Make the call. Show up to the small, unimportant thing that isn't actually small or unimportant at all. Because the most expensive 4-letter word in the English language isn't cost. It's not debt. It's later. Don't let it cost you what it almost cost Jackie. If this story moved you even a little, share it with someone you've been meaning to call. Not later, now. Thanks for spending a few minutes of your time with me today.